Thanks for coming tonight, and it's been a crazy few hours, but we've just received word, and we're so proud and excited to announce that the Aztecs will be playing in the R+L Carrier New Orleans Bowl on December 17th, 8 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. I'm just excited for the development of the program. It's a great reward for the hard work that our coaches, our players, and all the support that our fans have given us all year long to be rewarded with this game. And I think it's one that's historic from the standpoint of the first time in our Division I history to go back-to-back bowls. I think as I sat here just short of a year ago and announced this guy to my right as our head coach, that he would lead us in the right direction, and I'm excited about this year and the future and what this program is doing and what we have to do yet. But I'm excited to be able to be here today and announce that we're going to New Orleans and having a fun time down in the Bayou. So with that, I'll turn it over to Rocky for comments, and then we'll bring our players up afterwards.
Well, the team just found out about an hour ago, and I think that this team is well deserving of the honor of going to a bowl game. And we've been bowl eligible for almost 3 weeks now, and there was a lot of talk that we weren't going to even get a bowl bid. But this team deserves to be in a bowl game, and I know our players are excited about it. And I've only been to New Orleans one time, but I've already last week I checked out on the team that we're going to play, University of Louisiana. We're going to play them. It's about an hour from their New Orleans is only an hour from their campus. They've sold anywhere from 12 to 15,000 tickets already, depending on who you ask or where you read it. It's basically a home game for them. And I hope we have some people follow us, but in the Superdome, I know where the crowd's going to be behind, because even the people that don't have any allegiance, that come to that game, they're going to be rooting for them.
I do want to add to that the tickets will go on sale tomorrow on goaztecs.com, and we'll have those available. We'll be sending information out tonight to our season ticket holders, and they'll be getting that shortly. So with that, I can open it up for questions. Yeah, I think there was some last minute of where we might go. There were some options out there with the San Francisco, and could have been Poinsettia, could have been New Orleans, and but down at the end, I think it was between San Francisco and New Orleans, and not really sure about all that. But our conference did a good job of making sure that all 5 teams that were bowl eligible were going to go to a bowl. They selected us. Okay. Yeah.
Coach, I think it's 12 days or 13 days until the bowl game. How does that impact the extra practice you get?
Well, the game comes so quick, we're not going to get extra practices. It's basically a bye week. And so this is our 3rd bye week of the season, because we're going to handle it. We're going to handle it a little different than we have our normal bye weeks, but it's not the same as if you had 30 days between your last game and the bowl game. But we're happy to be going. So, and maybe we'll be more tuned up than we would have been if we'd had 30 days to prepare.
How did you knew the talk was out there? What did you think that whole time? Obviously, you think you're deserving, but were you concerned you might not get in?
Certainly. When we first became bowl eligible, as other teams in our league became bowl eligible and bowls started saying who their preference was, it looked like we might be sitting on the edge looking in, because bowls pick teams for a lot of reasons. It's not one loss record. They pick the teams to come to their bowls for a lot of different reasons. And so I thought we were deserving when we became bowl eligible. There's 2 other teams in our league that became bowl eligible after we had already been bowl eligible. So I think it would have been wrong if we wouldn't have been in a bowl game.
With those those practices, will you still try to get your young guys implemented in there, or will it strictly be just preparation?
No, it'll be just preparation for the game.
Is that disappointing?
It's not disappointing. It takes some of the benefits away from being in a bowl game, but it's not disappointing. You know, if we would have this year, because of the 2 bye weeks, if we'd have had a normal schedule where we'd have finished the last weekend in November, we'd have been fine. But since we had the 2 bye weeks this year, our season lasted longer into December, so it makes it a shorter period of time.
Coach, when you look back on the regular season now, I know you're focused on the bowl game, but how do your thoughts now, looking back on the 12 games, compare to your preseason expectations?
Well, our preseason expectations are always to win every game, and we didn't win every game. But I thought this team did a great job of competing every single week. And to match last year's record, last year 8-4 seemed like an unbelievable achievement of last year's team. Well, let me tell you, 8-4 this year was harder than last year's team had it. Our preseason schedule was harder. The expectation level was harder. The way the people critiqued our team was harder. So this team, in my opinion, this team did better than last year's team.
Hey, Rocky, when you told your team what bowl they were going to, and when they found out they're going to New Orleans playing a bowl game, what was their reaction?
Well, it took so long for us to find out that we were going to a bowl game. We actually had started our meeting, and they were wondering why I was stalling, I think, because I wouldn't tell them anything. Then I told them the truth. We were still waiting around. So when the word finally came to the room, I think they were real excited about going to a bowl game. I don't even know if they knew it was New Orleans at the time. They just knew we were going to a bowl game, so they were excited.
Do you know when you'll travel to, I guess, be there for race, Coach Jim, but to be at this, how the Poinsettia Bowl is zoo thing and everything like that? Do you know when you'll be going?
Well, we're going to leave a week from Tuesday or a week from Wednesday, depending on how the travel arrangements work out.
So practice in New Orleans and all that?
We practice there for 4 days, 3 or 4 days, depending on when we go. But you have to be there. The first event for our team, other than practicing in the game, is on Wednesday evening. So we're going to try to get a couple practices in and then be there so we can practice that day before we go to the event. I think we'll be there 4 days.
And then this week you're saying Tuesday through Thursday like normal, as far as practice goes?
No, I said we're going to do it different. We're going to practice on Friday and Saturday. We're going to lift weights, and we're going to do like off-season workouts on Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to practice on Friday and Saturday. We're going to practice on Monday until game time. Now, some of them, Monday and Tuesday might be here, and the rest of them there. Monday might be here, and the rest of them there, depending on how that works out.
What do you know about Louisiana Lafayette, Coach?
I knew that question was coming, but I watched them. I've already watched them on film. I watched 2 of their games on film last week. This team was picked to do nothing this year, and got a brand new coach last year who has done an amazing job. And they play extremely hard. They're very talented in some positions. They're a really good football team, and nobody expected them to be a good football team. They kind of remind me of our last year's team. No one expected them to do anything, and guess what? They're 8-4, and they're really, really excited about being in a bowl game. And everybody there is really excited. I actually watched on their website a 30-minute pep rally when they were invited to the game.
Is that kind of like last year's team going to the bowl game for them this year?
I think it's exactly the same.
Jim, did the Mountain West get a fair shake in this whole BCS process?
I haven't had time to look and review all of that, other than that TCU or Boise State got into a BCS game. I thought I thought for sure either team was going to make it. So I was disappointed from that standpoint. I thought that either of them deserved a shot at it.
You feel like the conference made a lot of jumps leads this year despite all the uncertainty. Does it sort of mirror why there are people looking in other places trying to jump ship when things go the way that they go?
Well, I think you want to play at the highest level and compete for the the national championship and conference championships. So I think that causes people to look and want to do that, so I think it's probably an indication of the flawed system that we have right now, and who knows what's going to happen in the future with it.